Shalom Israel, this is your brother ISRAELITES from the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before I start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakadash, that Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Ahaya, it's Yahweh, the creator of all the ancient of days. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahushai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, figuratively speaking. And we give double honor to our elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways. Give it the 100% truth day and night. Shalom to you and your households. And shalom to the speckled birds among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the nation of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, Lobakar in the Hebrew, the house of David being rebuilt as we speak. Shalom to you. The date today is September 12th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. We're going to be speaking about this video, which shows these Edomites, the devil, and their power, their military might against the chariots of the nation of Israel. Okay, so these devils are following this chariot with these drones, and they shoot at it with a Hellfire missile. And let's see what happens, okay? Because we've seen videos like this before.
We'll see exactly what it does.
So that's the Tic Tac chariot. Boom. Nothing. Kept going. Out of there. And they're zooming out, following it still.
This is when it's zoomed out, so you can still see it traveling. So, Mr. Knapp, have you heard about events like this occurring? And what information might you have?
I have heard about.
So I believe this guy was an ex-military Air Force officer, and so he had right to classified or above classified things. So they're asking him to testify, and if you see the people behind him, they're all ex-military, and they're talking about the chariots of Israel. So this guy was back in the 70s, but nonetheless he still had I think it was like a colonel or something like that, and he's talking about that.
Events like this. I have heard about this event. Jeremy Corbell and I talked about it in one of our episodes a while back. We did not have the video, though. There are servers where there's a whole bank of these kind of videos that Congress has not been allowed to see, that the public hasn't been allowed to see. Occasionally some of that stuff gets out in the wild and it comes our way. It should be going to you. The public should be seeing this stuff. And why you're not allowed to, I don't know. But that's a Hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
So, again, I'm not going to speculate what it is.
So, there you see, it didn't do nothing. This technology of this world can do nothing against the spiritual power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And we know this, okay? We know this. The men of the Lord know this. But for these common folk, these 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they put their faith in Egypt. They put their faith in the military of the serpent, of the devil. Why? Because he's been going all over this whole earth, right, and taking everybody out. But now, okay, this bully is gonna be brought down. Okay, he's gonna be brought down by the power of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and because it is prophecy. So let's read it. Let's read that, because a lot of people don't understand when this is being sold. Okay, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. So when people read this, they think that this is the spiritual angel Satan, okay, a creature that is in red and got horns and stuff like that, and that's not true. Okay, this, what is being explained here, okay, John the Revelator saw this. This is a war in heaven, a war in space, okay, and this is the coming of the Mashiach, okay, because he's coming from space. He's coming, and every eye shall see him, right? That's Revelation 1 and 7. So when he arrives, his angels are going to let loose, and Michael, which is his right-hand man, is going to let loose, and he's going to bring down the space force, okay? Remember that. This is a branch of the military of the United States government that has to do with space. So they're about to be brought down from space, okay? The International Space Station, all that's about to be brought down. Okay, you have to understand when it's being said about the dragon, it's not an actual dragon. Okay, this is a moniker or a nickname given to this nation. You can look this up. 2,000 years ago, the dragon is the Roman Empire. Okay, that's what they were called 2,000 years ago. You can look that up. The dragon. Okay. What does Elon Musk call his spaceship? Dragon 1. Okay, we're not making this up. You can look this up. It's not hard. This information is out there. Okay, verse 8. And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. Right? They got kicked out of space. The Space Force didn't have much force, right? Because this technology of this world is nothing against the power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Okay? Verse 9. And that great dragon, right, which is talking about Esau and his great technology, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceived the whole world, right? Because who deceived the whole world? You can read that in Isaiah 14, okay? The man who shook the earth. Oh, we might have to get that, brothers and sisters, all right? Which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, okay? Remember, because he's fighting in heaven, he's fighting in space. Now they're being brought down, right? Out of space, they're being brought down. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. His angels are just his messengers, the people that are fighting, his soldiers, okay? So let's prove that it's talking about a man, okay? Isaiah 14. So I'm going to read this and give more understanding. This is Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay? So when you hear Lucifer, you think, oh, it's Satan. Actually, when you're reading this chapter, it's talking about the king of Babylon. Okay? Isaiah 14 and 4. And thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how has the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Okay? So this is being talked about a man, and he's being called Lucifer, the light bearer, right? Because what do these elites call themselves? The Illuminati. Okay, the Illuminati means what? The illuminated ones, the ones that the light bearers. That's what Lucifer is talking about. Okay. So again, this is talking about Lucifer, which is not the spiritual angel Satan, but the so-called white man, the Edomites. And let's prove that. This verse 10, all they that shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. Their proudness, right? And the noise of the vials, the worm is spread on under thee, and the worms cover thee. So again, it's mentioning Lucifer. And look at what it says here. Verse 13. We just read about the war in heaven, right? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, and I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the side of the north. Okay? So remember, he's talking about that I'm going to be like God, right? That's why he's in space. Okay? And he's explaining more of it here. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And then it's showing you that will happen, but then what's going to happen? Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to Sheol, to the ground, to the sides of the pit. Okay? We just read that he got cast down. This is the exact thing that is happening. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? You hear that? Let's read this again. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the whole earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms? How did this devil, okay, how did Esau shake kingdoms? Did he not drop bombs on Japan, on Nagasaki, okay, and Hiroshima? He shook kingdoms. He dropped the bomb, right? He was shaking up these countries. That made the world as a wilderness? Ooh, this devil, okay, this devil, the so-called white man, remember, we're speaking about this man. Again, they that see you shall narrowly upon the consider thee, saying, is this the man? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake up kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness? He polluted the whole world, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? It's explaining more. Verse 18, all the kings of the nations, even all of them lie in glory, every one in his own house, right? Because everybody's going to have their own lot. They're going to return to their own lands eventually. Verse 19, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, and that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet. So from being this high holy being that thinks he's going to be God, he's going to be brought down low to shame. Okay, this is what this is explaining. That he's going to be cast out of heaven. He's going to lose his power. Okay, the Space Force is going to be brought down. This is the whole thing explaining it. Continue reading. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. Who slain? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, so-called devil, the so-called white man. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned, right? Because if you read the book of Malachi, it shows you that these people, the Edomites, the Idumeans, are going to be destroyed eventually. Okay? Prepare slaughter. Hear this. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. Right? Because remember, 400 years ago, they what? It tells you right here in the verse right below, above it. Thou shalt not be joined with them, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy peoples. Who slain the Israelites? In the 15th century, in the 16th century, in the 17th century, in the 18th century, right? Their forefathers. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. These people will no longer be in a rulership position. They're about to fall off their horse and never get up. These people are going to be the bottom, the basis of people. These are going to be the worst people ever. Ooh, this is a beautiful chapter, Rock. Keep reading. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh power of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith Yahweh. I mean, that's the point. I mean, this shows you that it's a man, brothers and sisters, all right? So don't think that this is the actual angel, okay? You have to understand that the Bible is written in a certain format. But that's it, brothers and sisters. You got to know what time it is, man. This devil is finding out that they can't fight the Lord. That the Lord is going to come and they're going to lose. Okay, that makes them afraid. That makes them afraid that there's a power that they can't come against with. That they're blessing the sword ain't shit. Okay, why? Because they're thinking according to the flesh. The Father's coming in a spiritual power, in spiritual possession, okay, that has no power, that overcomes everything in this universe. This energy, the light, the truth, and the way. And this devil is about to be brought down low. Call halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatham Rakakadash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.